Take it away, fellas.
Thank you, voice girl, and welcome once again to another edition of the Manspace Podcast. Now, this is the voice of Russ, and with me, as always, is my co-host who was late for the show because he was practicing his trail ride and popping fans. The one and only Big Les.
Where them fans at? Man, my wife loved that dance, bro. I had to order her a fan. She got one. Man, I heard her upstairs practicing. I was like, man, if you don't sit yourself down, 2 days later, she's like, oh, my hip hurt. That's because you was popping it too damn hard.
Dude, all my sons, they got a whole group that they go down in South Carolina, man. They out there with hundreds of folks doing it.
Oh,
doing all the dances,
the trail riding and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they doing all that stuff, man.
I love the music though. That trail ride music right there.
I draw the line. I draw the line at being a dude popping the fan, man.
I'm not gonna pop my fan.
I just can't. I draw the line. I was watching some of them videos, and there was one where the dude came out, and his grandparents are sitting there, and he come walking in there, and he popping the fan,
and his granddaddy like looking at him like I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, some things, man. Some things the older generation we just not gonna get. You know what is the purpose of that? I'm not taking nothing from the dance.
I'm all for people going out, having fun, enjoying themselves. It's good, clean fun.
Absolutely.
Go dance and have a good time. But me, the only fan I'm gonna touch is because it's hot up in that joint. Other than that,
mine oscillate.
Right. There will not be any popping of any fans in my direction.
You sure? Hey man, I got a couple of them in my Amazon cart. I can sing you one. You know, you sure?
I'm positive.
It's
all good, bro.
My wife picked it out. It's got pink flowers on both sides. No,
love you to death, bro. But
don't see you no fan.
Yeah. Nope. I draw the line.
I'm right with you. So if I see you with one of them fans,
will not happen.
You know what conversation coming next.
Let me tell you, it's only me fanning myself because it's hot. That's it. That's the only time I want to touch one. Other than that, nah.
What?
Man, because we did the Powerful on Purpose Summit this past weekend.
Yeah. I seen some.
And one of the MCs, she got that fan out there. She got that joke up on stage. I was like, what? Oh, Lord. She was getting it.
Was that your first time? Well, that couldn't have been your first time hearing about it because the boys. They were going.
Yeah, I knew about it. That was the first time I saw it in person.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, they gonna kidnap you.
I've seen plenty of the videos, but I was like, nah. And I heard all the boys talking about it, showing their stuff, but nah.
So tell me, they get all dressed up, got the cowboy boots, the big bell buckle,
and
the whole nine.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. They don't leave from my house when they do it.
Because you know, bell bottoms is coming back in style. You know,
you figured they would again. I mean, they were back some years.
They were back some years ago, but the guys wasn't in them. The dudes are in them now. The dudes are wearing them now, bro. And I'm just like, okay, because you know there is such a thing called a boot cut jean, and I understand that because it's a little wider at the end, so you can get your foot, you know, so they fit nicely with your boots, you know. But after K-Dot's performance, his bell bottoms, I seen a cat out here on the street with them on, and I was like, okay, All right then.
Mm.
Once was
Next thing you
old, will
know,
become new.
the platform shoes will be back with the goldfish, the Superfly with the goldfish in the heel.
Big butterfly collars to come
Yeah,
on.
that. um, but yeah, we had the Powerful on Purpose Summit this past weekend. You know, my wife's event.
Oh yeah,
We
I
had
seen some of it.
we
Yeah.
had speakers from all across the country and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And by far, this was probably one of the best ones. I mean, the groups of
Awesome.
speakers was amazing. I mean,
Mhm.
very impactful. It was good. We had a good turnout and everything. Really, really amazing event. I There's some discussions will probably come out later, but I think the
Uh-oh.
next one is going to be in South America.
Oh wow.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Wow.
we're going to Colombia, South America,
Nice. Nice.
to do the next one this summer. And yeah, so a lot more details to come on that. So
Man.
yeah,
Me want to do. I got to quit my job. Y'all need security,
come on,
something.
come
See,
on.
I knew
But
that was gonna happen.
um, yeah, I got surprised, man,
Mhm.
and deeply honored because my wife presented to me the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. Yeah,
Ah,
man. For those
ah,
that are watching, it's
look at
coming up on
that.
yeah, yeah,
Look
yeah.
at
So it
you.
it, it came from 46, not 47.
Yeah.
So
That's right. That's right.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
man.
man,
So
that's
I
beautiful,
was
man.
deeply, deeply honored and surprised.
Mhm.
Um, I'm like, dang, I'm sitting up there trying not to tear up and everything,
Yeah.
and at the time it just really caught me off guard. So yeah, I was deeply
Look at
honored by it. Yeah.
look at
My,
her give. You got it right
yeah.
there.
The
Got your
award is
medal.
sitting over there across the room, but here's the medal that goes with it.
Ah man, that's
Yeah,
beautiful, man.
yeah.
That's
So
beautiful.
the award is very big, so I won't be able to put it up on the screen, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna find a spot back here and
And get
mount
it
it up on
in.
the wall. So have
Absolutely.
it in, yeah, have it in the background.
Oh
So
man, that's
yeah,
awesome, man.
yeah.
Hey man, I'm proud of you, man. I don't know what you
Thank you,
did, but
brother.
I'm proud of you, bro. This is this.
It's basically recognition of community service.
Oh, well, absolutely, and you
Yeah.
deserve every bit of that.
Thank you.
You are
Thank you,
good.
man.
You are a
Thank
good dude, not just because our relationship and
you.
how we feel about each other, but honestly, you're a good dude, and you deserve that, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank
You
you, my
welcome.
brother.
You welcome, man.
Yeah.
Need some
What a
lotion.
tremendous event,
Yeah.
man. A tremendous weekend.
Hmm.
But man, let me talk about we got up in that place like
Yeah.
7 o'clock Saturday morning,
Uh-huh.
and the normal lady that's there to set up everything for us wasn't there. Some
Oh,
guy was there.
okay.
Yeah, he left out and didn't turn the heat on.
Oh no.
Boy, you want to talk about a spot that was cold? I'm like,
And
all these pastors and preachers up in here, can y'all lay some hands on these thermostats and get them to work? Bruh, it was free. That's why in the picture you see me with my jacket
I
on,
saw that.
because it was
Yeah.
because it was quite chilly up in there, man.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no. So it
yeah.
was it was it was in Connecticut, right? Or
No,
what,
no, it
no,
was it
no.
was it was
It
here.
was
It
here.
was
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay,
mhm,
okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. So,
Jesus.
yeah, but it
Man.
was, overall, man, amazing event, amazing time. I mean, if you guys have the opportunity just to even just come check one out,
Yeah.
definitely come check it out. And the footage is gonna be up on WTMS very soon. The website is almost complete, so we
Mm.
will have that up and running on there, so you'll be able to see the entire show. And the previous the previous 4 episodes, you'll be able to see those as well because that will be airing on there as well too. So
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome. Man, that's a beautiful thing. And wasn't it the wifey's birthday this weekend?
it
This
was.
past?
It was. Yeah, yeah,
And look at her giving selfless.
yes,
Just to get just selfless.
yeah. This was the
I
day
love
after, so it was the day after.
it.
So
Yes, but it's still her. You know how she get down. This
I
this
know
it's a
it's
whole
lasted all
month.
week.
Yeah.
It is. It is. It is. She's already said it.
Yeah.
She's already said it, man. But
And she,
we
and
went
she
to one
worked
of
through
those.
most of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So Friday we got her because she had her VIP days with the speakers, which was the day of her
Hmm.
birthday. We had the VIP day with the speakers, and I got her this unicorn, this stuffed
Mm,
unicorn,
yeah.
and I had everybody that all the VIPs and everybody that was there sign it for her, and
Oh,
everybody left her a little personal message on her.
uh-huh.
You know, her sister came and presented her with flowers and balloons and stuff, and it was real
Oh.
special. And some of the team, got her little gifts and stuff. And
Mhm.
then a group of us, it was like 14 of us, went out to dinner that night,
Mhm.
um, to one of those Korean hot pot places. Have you been to one of
Yeah,
those
I've
before?
not been to one. That's where they cook the food right in front of you, right? Or you
No,
cook
no,
your
no.
own
This is where
food.
you cook your own food.
Yeah, you cook your own food. Now,
Yeah,
okay, Korean barbecue is the one that got the little grill.
yeah. So
The
this is
hot pot is the stop.
Yeah, so it's a
Okay.
combination. So you
Oh.
have the option to do the grill or the broth, or you can do them both.
Mm.
So the thing is like if you're at the table, like one of you can't do one thing and one do the other thing. Both of you have to do both,
Okay.
and it's kind of keep you from sharing, right?
Okay.
So because there's one price for the broth, there's one price for the hot pot,
Oh,
for the
so
barbecue.
yeah.
So yeah,
Might
so
as
and if you
get
do
them
it
both.
both,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that way you're
So
right.
everybody at the table has to do the same thing. So we all did it. It was really, really cool. It was
I need to
really nice.
find one in my area. Take
Yeah.
my
Oh,
wife.
there's several. There's
Is
several
there?
by there. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to take
Yeah.
my wife to one because so she can
Yeah.
experience that.
It's
You know.
definitely worth it. It was like when you go and you start looking at some of the foods, you'll start thinking like, what is that? What is this? But you know,
I was just getting ready to ask, how
yeah.
does it work? Do you order your meats or they provide?
So different places do different things. Like
Mhm.
this is the third one that I've been to.
Okay.
And one I went to, and they had almost like a train trolley, a little miniature train that's constantly just going around the tracks through all the tables, and you're just kind of sitting at a
Mm.
bar, and you just grab the food off the thing that you want. So if
Uh-huh.
you want some sausages, you want eggs, you want some rice, you just want some bok choy, some bulgogi, whatever, you just grab it, off the cart as it goes by,
Uh-huh.
and you have it there, and it's constantly circling. They just keep adding more and
Okay.
more to it.
Okay.
The other one I went to is they said they give you a menu and you choose what you want, and they just bring it out. They just keep bringing it to your table till you tell them stop.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
can you just do all seafood or
yeah,
it
yeah. You
does
can, you
oh,
can.
okay. Okay.
Like the one we went to this time, everything was at the bar. So
Mhm.
they bring the broth out to you. So whatever type, whether it's you want like a kind of like a miso or a tom yum, or a sweet and sour type broth, or they have like 5 or 6
Mhm.
different types of broth, and you choose which one you want.
Mhm.
Once you get that, then you just go up to the bar and you choose whatever
Just grab
vegetables and
it.
stuff
Okay.
like that. You get your meats and stuff. If it's a thicker meat, you can. They want you to put it on the grill to cook it. Otherwise, you put it into the broth and let it cook and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So they had headless shrimp, head on shrimp. They had
Mm.
crawfish on there, um,
Okay.
salmon, shrimp, headless shrimp, scallops, the
Mm.
whole works. I was there. I mean, all the way down. If you like seaweed salad, I do like seaweed salad.
I've
So
never had it.
Seaweed salad is pretty good.
Yeah.
You mix a little bit of chili oil with it and get a little heat with it. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good.
All right.
Um,
I might try it because
yeah,
this is actual seaweed, like
yeah.
saltwater, water, ocean seaweed.
It's not like right out the ocean, but it's controlled.
Mm.
Yes, yeah, but it's good. It's very good. I mean, if you eat sushi, what do you think is wrapped in?
All right then. Well,
Yeah, it's wrapped in seaweed.
I
Yeah,
only eat California rolls, so I don't know
yeah,
about.
it's still wrapped in seaweed.
Yeah, well, then I guess I've had it before. Then, guess so, sir.
Yeah,
All right then. All right.
yeah,
Well, we still may try it. And she ain't doing no
yeah.
sushi because she swear up and down everything is raw. I kept trying to tell her there's things that you can get that
Right.
is not, and you
Right.
don't have to have, you don't have to have
Anything that
avocados
says
on it.
tempura, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you don't
tempura
like
is all
avocado.
cooked.
That's what. Oh, okay. Never mind. My
No,
wife doesn't like avocados either, and I love avocados. Like I could
it
just sit there and just slice one and eat it. I love
it
avocado.
don't taste like nothing.
I love the texture.
Then that texture is a little that texture is a little
I
loose for me. It's
I
a little
love the
loose for
texture.
me.
You get you a good fresh one. I love the texture of it. Yeah.
See, it ain't chewy, it's mushy to me. It's just like
Mm,
it's just mushy to me.
it's good stuff, man. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, we'll have to see what that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to try it out one day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely try it out. I mean, and then when you're looking for your sushi, man, for her, start her
Mhm.
with tempura or
Yeah.
start her with some sort of shrimp roll.
Yeah,
Because
we'll have to
that
try that.
that's
We'll
how
have
I
to
got
try.
started.
Really? With a
Like,
shrimp roll.
yeah, yeah.
So
One of my friends took me to one of those places because she was like, "You've never had sushi before?" I'm like, "No," and so she's like, "Here, start with shrimp." I'm like, "Okay, this is good," and it's cooked
mhm.
shrimp,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
and then you just work from there.
Mm,
Mhm.
all right then.
Yeah,
Well, I guess I'm gonna try it one day.
yeah.
That's it's a little much, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We will see.
Yeah, man. But
All right.
let's go to the break and reset because we got a little bit of a topic for today.
Oh boy, here we go.
We need a little time to discuss this one.
Yes, sir. All right.
So, big bro,
Yes, sir.
there's a guy that I follow on social media by the name of D Rich, and
Hmm.
he does a lot of really good sports commentary breakdown of different things that happen within sports.
Right.
And usually I pretty much agree with a lot of his takes. So that's why I follow him because he gives some insights and it's some points that I didn't even know about or I didn't think about
Hmm.
at the time, and I'm like, yeah, he's right. Yeah, I agree with that. So he had this video
Uh-huh.
and it caught my attention because as those that are watching on the Manspace Nat One YouTube channel, my Alabama flag in the background, my Alabama, my picture of the GOAT, the greatest of all time over my shoulder, Coach Saban, autographed, by the way. You know, um,
Everybody know
I'm
you're
a
an Alabama fan. You can
yes,
fast forward.
I'm a big time Bama fan, but so this caught me because this conversation was about Ryan Williams. Ryan
Hmm.
Williams captured the country by storm because he was 17 years old. He actually just turned 18 like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Boy,
was
boy's a
17.
monster. Yeah.
Graduated early, just so he could play his freshman year, at Alabama. So he played phenomenal, but he played like a young kid, and he's just out there having fun, right?
Right.
But D Rich did this video, and it caught my attention, and I thought this would be a really good topic, real quick. So let's go ahead and share this.
All right.
Alabama star wide receiver Ryan Williams has signed an NIL deal with a nail polish company. Yes, I said it, a nail polish company. And the name of that company is Sally Hansen. And this is the same company who gave former Duke star and now one of my favorite rookies in the NBA, Jared McCain, a nail polish deal. Now, Ryan Williams not too long ago came out and said that his sister paints his nails, and that's how he got into it. And now he signed a deal, and his NIL evaluation is over $2 million. And I know it's going to be a lot of conspiracy theorists out there who believe that this is an attack on our young men because it's players, and specifically young boys, who look up to Ryan Williams, Jared McCain, and Caleb Williams, who was also known for wearing paint on his nails before he got to the NFL. I don't know if he does it anymore. And the only advice that I can give you is to make sure that you are in your household with your son. Make sure that you are trying your best to raise them the way that you want to raise them, and don't let the internet raise them. And I also have a question for the fathers out there. Would you rather your son be a gangster in the streets, in and out of jail, or would you rather him walking around with a little bit of nail polish on, playing college football on his way to the NFL, or playing college basketball on their way to the NBA? It's a hypothetical question. All I need is a simple answer. But for all the people out there who are against this, I just want you to make sure that you are in your household trying your best to raise your son the way that you want them to be when they get older. That's all I can say.
So let's answer his question first. Which would you rather have? Your son out there on the street, or your son, about to live his dream out and playing pro sports with a little bit of nail polish?
Well, the responsible men that we are, there's no question we want them to go to college and play ball.
Right.
There's no question. I would like to be progressive and say it don't matter. You know what I mean? Because you are who you are. But I might have a little problem with it.
Have you ever worn any type of polish on your nails?
For the first time, I had clear put on my nails, on my toenails 2 years ago when I got my first pay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That was the very first time, and I really kind of felt weird. You're a 50-plus-year-old man.
Right.
First of all, never had anybody touch your feet, and now here I am getting my feet done for the first time. And the sealant, I'm going to call it sealant.
Clear coat.
Clear coat that was put on my toes. My wife talked me into it. She said, you can't have it done and not get it done. You can't have your feet done and not get that done. And I didn't understand why. But I went ahead and did. I was on vacation. Didn't nobody know me. We were off in a foreign land. I didn't know nobody. So I went with it.
Okay.
But I've not been back, and I know for a fact that I will not be having clear polish put on my toenails again if I ever do it again.
I got talked into having the clear coat on my fingernails many years ago. And I went to my uncle's house, and he's all the way across the room.
Old
And
school uncle. Yeah.
yeah. And he's Nigerian on top of that.
Oh,
And so he's saying to me in his Nigerian accent, are your nails painted?
yeah.
Do you have something on your fingernails? He saw this all the way across the
The
room.
shine is
And
you
it
can't
wasn't
miss
like
it.
it was bright. The stuff that was on my fingernails was called nails for males.
Hmm.
And it was just to kind of harden and strengthen the nails. That's
Yeah,
all. It was
yeah,
just a clear
yeah.
coat, right?
Hmm.
And I do know several men that go get pedicures and they get that clear coat on
Mm,
there. They don't get the polish, but they get the clear coat on there
hmm.
to protect their nails, to protect the work that was done with getting. So just like what you have with the pedi, they get the fingernails done, the fingers done. I don't know the term for it. Was a mani pedi? I don't know.
Yeah, manicure,
I
pedicure.
okay, yeah, all right.
I've paid for enough of them. I've paid.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the manicure. So they'll get that done and they would put
Hmm.
it on. Right? They would
Hmm.
have it on. And so I see it. I don't think twice about it. I mean, and these are men that are older than me
Yeah.
that are doing it, right?
Right. Right.
You
Right.
know, married men, I I ain't got nothing to say
It is
about
what
it.
it is. But see,
Right.
it's a difference between color, I think,
Mhm.
and clear. I think
Okay.
clear is more acceptable. Uh, for the
I think
reasons
it's
being,
for me, the
uh-huh.
clear is I don't mind the clear if it looks natural.
Yeah.
When it's obvious that you have it, then I'm kind of like, won't be me. But
Yeah. I again, I will not put it on my hands.
mhm.
No. Feet, you got a 50-50 shot. I don't know.
I mean, they didn't even offer that to me when I got my petty done, but they knew I was so uncomfortable that all I wanted to do was get out the door,
Yeah, yeah, me too. Bro, I got mine done in Orlando.
bro. I
I
left my
I
wife in there. As soon as they finished with me, I was
yeah,
like, I'll be in the car. I didn't even want to sit down there and wait for her. I got out and I
yeah.
left and went to the car.
I did mine in Orlando the night before the cruise the next morning.
Mm,
We cruised out of country and I had on Crocs
mm.
almost the whole time. So ain't nobody gonna see him anyway. But I don't know. Getting back to our ultimatum,
Yeah.
I would want my son to go to college.
Hmm.
I would have some communication about the nail polish, though.
Hmm. I mean,
You know,
there are several men in the NBA,
oh yeah,
soccer players, track stars,
yeah,
and it's not just black men. There are several white athletes who are doing it as well. There are Major League Baseball players that are doing it.
hmm,
Football players that are doing it.
yeah,
Caleb Williams, who was in the NFL last year, this past
hmm,
season, rookie in the NFL, he did it. He was doing it all through college. So
hmm. But no need to change. They already know who he is. They know
right,
if you start that way, it's easier to continue to move forward. But that's a very high testosterone, uh,
mhm.
alpha male type situation you're going into.
But you remember what was it? Nirvana, Kurt
Nirvana.
Cobain.
Yep, Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
He would do it, but
Oh
nobody
yeah.
ever thought twice about it with him because everybody said it's the drugs.
Hmm.
So
Which it probably was. If I'm not mistaken, Jimi Hendrix too, bro.
I don't know. I don't. I can't. I don't know if he
I
did or
seem to
didn't.
remember. I seem to remember some of the most artistic
Yeah,
musicians
yeah.
would paint their nails.
I mean, the most well-known guy to ever do it was Dennis Rodman.
That is true. That is true.
But I think
He
Dwayne
married
Wade
pop
has
icons.
right.
Dwayne Wade. Oh yeah, he paints his
Dwayne
nails.
Dwayne Wade has a fingernail polish line.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
So
see,
does
here's the
that
thing though. When you're making millions of dollars a year, who cares?
true?
I mean, let's just be 100% honest. Who cares? You making millions of dollars. Who cares what type of fingernail polish you look at all the fetishes these rich dudes can have already.
That's true. That's true. So you're not gonna be in the office typing on your computer in the morning.
You might as well go ahead and take them off right at that nub, at that first knuckle. You know what I'm saying? You know, right here. You might as well take them all off right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? No,
What
sir.
do you think the trend is caused by? And let me correct it because it's not really a trend. This is something that's really been going on since the time of the Babylonians. Those warriors used to do
That's
it
right.
before they went into battle,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
So it's a trend that's been there for a long time, and it's not been about
Well, it can't be a trend if it
yeah,
happened in the
yeah,
Babylonian times.
right,
You
right,
know,
right. Or yes,
historically, rich people, people
mhm.
with money, even back then, did different things.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And that just happens to be one of them. War
Okay,
cry, you know, stuff like that.
yep.
You
Hmm.
know, so I can see, you know, I can see the Romans definitely and the Persians definitely, you know, with their body art and all of that type of stuff, you know.
Hmm.
So that's crazy. Oh wow. I pulled up a list
Yeah.
of men who paint their fingernails. Some
Okay.
people on this list is not going to surprise you,
All right. Okay.
but the number one guy surprised me.
Okay.
ASAP Rocky.
I'm not surprised. I've seen it.
You seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. All right. Harry Styles.
Okay, I
Little
am surprised by that one.
okay. Little Nas X. No
Not
surprise.
surprised. I've seen
Little
that one too.
Yep.
Not surprised by that.
Little Yachty. He's a
Not
rapper.
surprised.
Not
Yeah, I've
surprised by
seen that.
him either.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that one. Yeah,
Torrey Sivan. I don't know what that person did or
never heard of him.
never heard of him either.
Won't
YouTuber.
be able to pick him out of a lineup.
Nope. You shouldn't be able to, my friend. Tyler the Creator. I
Okay.
could see that.
I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised by it. I've never
Mm-hmm.
seen him do that,
That's
but I
supposed to be,
haven't seen him on anything in a long time.
yeah. That's the guy that was supposedly be Will Smith's son's boyfriend. Tyler Creator. Yeah. Jaden Smith. Anyway. Oh, here's one.
Okay. All right.
You want to go back to
No,
that?
no, I'm not going back. Not going back. Okay. Okay. No.
Bad Bunny. You know who that is, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of Bad Bunny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like his music.
Next two surprise. Well, the next one kind of surprises me.
And I've seen Bad Bunny in public with the nails painted. Yes.
Okay. Brad Pitt.
I am surprised by that one.
Brad Pitt surprises me. Now, this one doesn't really surprise me. Jared Leto.
No, not surprised by that at all.
Not surprised
I
by
mean,
that.
because he did it in the Joker.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yep. Johnny Depp.
Yeah. I've seen him with the
never.
Joker.
That's not a surprise either. But see, that would be that kind of.
Yeah.
He's Captain Jack Sparrow in real life to me.
Never
You
watched
know,
any of those. That's a whole
you
different
never
story.
watched. Oh my God! You never
No,
watched Pirates of the Caribbean.
no.
I
Mm-mm.
am going to.
I'm petty.
You are very petty.
I am very petty, and
Yes.
I hold grudges. So one of my favorite shows was 21 Jump
21
Street.
Jump Street. I
I
knew
love
it.
21 Jump Street, man. And when he left the show, I'm like, dude, you're ruining the show because he was the star of the show and he left the
It-
show.
and it was trash after that.
Yes.
It was
You know,
so
because
bad they tried to make a movie and it was still trash.
yeah,
And
the
I
movie
love
was
Jonah
trash.
Hill. I like Jonah Hill. You
Yeah,
know?
you
Oh,
know, because the original show, I love me some Holly Robinson. Like, she's one of them. She was on that list of the first crushes. So
uh-huh.
the first
Yeah.
celeb crushes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Kid Cudi.
Okay.
And you already mentioned Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
But there's a huge, a much larger list of
So
males.
there was a podcast I was listening to. There was a kids show.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, how long ago was this show? Little Russ was probably in elementary, middle school around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been more than a decade, but the show is called Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, right? It was a Nickelodeon show, right?
Okay. All
And
right.
the show was so funny to me that
Mm-hmm.
I got to the point that I would even watch it without my daughter.
Oh
Like,
wow.
because I would pick her up from school, we
Mm-hmm.
came home, would do her homework, eat dinner, and then we would watch that show because it'll always be on about that time. So
Right.
we would watch that show together, and I would laugh so hard off of this show. It's so childish and silly and funny,
That's
but
crazy.
it's like all the stuff, all the little gags that you would see in something animated in
Mm-hmm.
live action. Hilarious show.
Okay.
Hilarious show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I watched the show too. Like all 3 seasons of the show was great. And they did a podcast, one of those rewatch podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
where that's really been coming popular of late because I listened to several of those rewatch shows from
Yeah.
those old shows I used to watch, where they would sit down and break down the episodes and give you like little Easter eggs about the
Yeah,
different
okay.
episodes.
Right.
So I was listening to their podcast. Well, they had the strike going, this actor strike. So they weren't talking about the show during the strike. They were just having random conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And they got into the conversation of painting their nails. And the guys that
Mm.
were on the show were saying how they did it and loved it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what does it
It,
what
but
feeling
it,
does it bring? Does it have
it wasn't
menthol
so
in
much.
it or something?
It wasn't even
That,
so much of the just get. It was just the whole experience of the manicure and
oh,
getting a manicure, right? And
okay,
so,
okay.
and then the nail polish on top of it was just the icing on the cake. They said, "Hey, I got my nails done." The way they were kind of explaining it, but they were like, they would keep doing it, right?
Mm.
First it was a bet for them, and they just kept doing it after that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that's one bet that I'm gonna try very, very hard to win. That I like, I ain't losing this one. It ain't gonna happen. Sometimes you make a bet with somebody and you really want to do whatever, yeah,
We just
I don't
gonna
want to.
fight.
This one,
We just gonna
yeah, this
fight.
one, yeah,
Win or lose, we just gonna fight. It's over. I'm ready to throw hands now. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying? You got to knock me out to paint my fingernails. And then
yeah,
if I wake up
basically.
if I wake up with fingernail polish on, I'm killing everybody in the room. This is a
Right,
done deal.
right, right.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
because
right.
we used to do dumb stuff like that in the military, but we wouldn't paint your fingernails though.
No,
We would do stuff like put shaving cream in your hand and tickle your nose, and you got shaving cream all over your face.
mhm.
Do dumb stuff like that.
So I'm reading here. It said
Mhm.
manicures are okay. Manicures, as they call them, are now often celebrated for their association with gender fluidity and male self-care and grooming. And
See,
here
you
it
mess
talks
it up
about,
with gender fluidity.
right here it talks about, Brad Pitt arriving with the flashing rainbow manicure. You know, like okay.
I mean,
That was that. You know, yeah.
this other list with 25 more celebrities on it just took me down another rabbit hole. I put my phone down. I just stopped looking. Just stop looking. You know, it is what it is.
So
But
there was
here's
a time that
Mhm.
nail polish actually represented the different classes. The darker the color at the time was the higher the class.
Higher class. Yep.
Mhm. So this goes back to the Egyptians and the Chinese
Mm.
and how they wore forms of polish made from flower petals and beeswax.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I was in the working class back then too. You know, I was probably shoveling sand or moving bricks or something. You know.
Okay, so here it goes a little further. Now, at a time when gender fluidity is often celebrated,
Uh-huh.
men are also encouraged to show self-care. I'm all for self-care. We've done
I am
shows
too.
on self-care.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, we've done shows about manscaping and the whole.
yeah.
Our sponsor is
It's
Manscaped.
mansplaining.
So,
Yep.
so we are into that whole thing and a little bit of self-care, taking care of yourself. But male stars, like you mentioned, Harry Styles, ASAP Rocky, Machine Gun Kelly, Tyler the
Yeah.
Creator, Little Yachty, not only color their nails, but also have launched their own successful nail polish line, bringing male polish back into the mainstream.
Did they say mainstream or mainstream?
Ma- yeah, mainstream. I meant
Oh
to say
yeah.
mainstream, but
Hey, but that
I
was
was
cool
moving
though.
ahead. My bad.
Hey, that was cool though, man. Because I mean, it flowed right with it. So leave it. Mainstream.
So Harry Styles back in November launched his gender neutral beauty brand, which includes a number of plant-based nail polishes inspired by pearls, which he frequently wears. Hmm.
Okay, then. I mean, to each his own. You know what I mean? You have to stand by the decisions that you make in this life.
Okay, Jared McCain, who used to play for Duke, he
Basketball player, right?
let's see, yeah, basketball player.
Yep.
Um, Okay. This, gosh, I hate when you gotta read so far down into the article just to get the one line.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why does he do it? I mean, at an early age, I've always been told to just be myself.
Mm.
Like I'm gonna always be myself on the court. And as for the painted nails, I saw it during quarantine and just started doing. I never saw anything wrong with it. I understand girls do it. I understand men have started to do it. It's just a little more recently. It's just something I saw. I like to get manicures and pedicures. I like to take care of my body. Some people hate. I don't know if they take care of their body. So I just like getting color. And it's always about being myself.
It's very, very well spoken, very articulate.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, okay. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. People are going to more and more male athletes are going to do this because this is a significant way to make more money, regardless if they like it or not. I think more and more athletes, male athletes, are going to do it
Mm-hmm.
because the roadmap. And here's the thing: with young children, young kids, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be hard to tell them you shouldn't do this when their
Yes.
favorite athlete is doing it.
Yeah. And so that goes back to D Rich's point of you got to bring your children in close because a lot of times children are influenced more by what they see on
On
TV
TV.
and out on the streets rather than what's in the house.
That's
So
right.
You got to be in your child's ear and
That's
raise
it.
them the way you want them to be raised. Because
Yeah.
I'm all for a child being who they are, right?
Mhm. Me
But
too. Yeah.
it's not the way I was raised, right? My dad, I played classical guitar in school,
Mhm.
right? And we couldn't use a pick. You know, you had to use your
Use your
fingernail.
fingers.
So we couldn't use our fingers. We had to use our fingernails.
Oh, so you had to have nails,
Yes.
strong nails.
So yeah, so I grew my nails out just for the sake of playing the guitar,
Mhm.
right? To be able to
Yeah.
pick, you know, and and honestly, and I think I was a fifth grader at the time
Hmm.
when I first started playing, and I was the number one student in my school
Hmm.
doing it. My dad had a serious. He didn't have a problem with me playing. He loved to hear me play.
Them
He ate our
fingernails.
fingernails, right?
Yep.
So it's
Mhm.
all about, it's all about that generation before you. Like my mother, I mentioned this one before, right? My grandmother had such a problem with my mother wearing an afro.
Mm.
Like when my parents got married, they left because my dad was in the military. When they came back to visit my grandmother was pissed off because
Yeah.
my mom had an afro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like what you see acceptable at that time.
Mhm.
You know,
And it happens with every generation,
every
right?
generation, every
Every
generation.
generation,
Yeah,
because my parents had the afros.
yeah,
Why you cut your hair down like that? Why you putting it? What is that? When you want to go to a high top fade, or
mhm,
or you had a Caesar.
right, yeah,
Why you cut your hair down so low? What
mhm,
you look crazy.
yeah,
What y'all look crazy with them big old puffs of hair on the top of your head, or jerry curls,
mhm,
or pressing curls, or
yep,
finger
yep,
waves. You know, it
yeah,
is what it is.
yeah. Style. I mean, and I hate to keep coming back and saying trend, but it is. It's a trend right now. This is something.
Yeah.
It's just like when men started wearing earrings.
Oh, good lord.
It was like, okay, you can wear one, but you can't wear two.
Two.
If you have it in the right, you're wrong, and it got to be in the left or whatever.
Mhm.
Something like that. That's what it
Yeah.
was. So it had to be in the left. Then all of a sudden, you start
If
seeing
it's
men with two.
Yeah, if it ain't in the if it's in the right, you ain't right.
Yeah.
So, something
Yeah.
like that.
So
Yeah.
so then all of a sudden, you start seeing men with two. Then you
Yeah.
started seeing men with four. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
Nose piercings, the
I
middle
I
piece like a
yeah,
bull, eye,
right. Eyebrow
ear,
piercings.
yeah,
Yeah,
lips now.
yeah, yeah.
And the thing now is they put those dimples in with
Hmm.
the
I haven't seen
studs.
men with that. I've
I
I've
haven't
seen
seen the men. I've seen women with it.
I've
You
seen
know?
women with it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I, 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 I yeah, I don't know.
So it's like stuff always evolves, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of having ears pierced, right?
Right.
I would never do it.
For men.
I'm yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's one thing I would never do, and mainly because I have keloid skin, right? So I had
See,
a
that makes a big difference though, too.
yeah,
You know what I
I had a
mean?
friend of mine in the military who had his ears pierced. He was messing around slap boxing, and dude snatched his earring
Woo!
out, and
Yeah.
he had a
Woo!
keloid that was
Woo!
almost the size of a golf ball behind his ear
God.
from
Oh.
from that. So
Mm.
I'm like, no, I will never get my ears pierced, even though when
Mhm.
people try to talk me into doing it, I'm like, no, I just will not do it. I
Yeah.
have a couple of tattoos, and those puff up from time to time, every
Mhm.
now and then. It's just randomly they'll just, puff.
Yeah.
And
And see,
yeah,
I have one tattoo, and I didn't get that until I was over 50.
yeah,
Look at that. No piercings,
right.
one tattoo. I got enough marks on my body from dumb stuff I done over the years. You know
Yeah,
what I
pretty much.
mean?
Pretty much.
So
All right.
I got stories with scars.
Let's get to the last word.
All right, bro.
And now, the last word.
You
So
want?
yeah, I'll run a little bit down the lane with this one. I think what I took from today is that, you know, in today's age, you have to be there to support your children and the decisions that are being made, and to have some influence in your children's life. You can't just let them run off and do the things that they want to do, you know, because they idolize different things, you know, and it's our job as parents and grandparents to make sure we keep them grounded, you know, and
Mhm.
have and show them the lane, to try to help them navigate the lane, you know, that they're going down. Support them, but you can't box them in, because they're going to do what they want to do,
Absolutely.
you know. So, you know, my thing is be a support system, stay in their ear, and don't let anybody else guide them
Yeah,
outside of your hands.
absolutely.
You know,
100% agree with you.
you know.
100% agree with you. Now, let's go ahead and take it to the break. Coming up after the break, we're going to continue our Black History Month year celebration and honor another inventor right after the break.
It was a quiet night, and Garrett Morgan was sound asleep in his bed. Little did he know, a few hours later, he would save many people's lives. An explosion ripped through the dark sky. A nearby tunnel had collapsed. The tunnel workers were trapped underground. The gas caused by the explosion made it difficult to breathe, and rescuers could not reach them. Garrett Morgan rushed from his bed, bringing his new invention to the trapped men, the safety hood. The safety hood was the first kind of gas mask. That night, Garrett Morgan saved the lives of many of the tunnel workers. Newspaper journalists from all over wrote about this amazing rescue. Unfortunately, the newspapers erased all mention of Garrett and his new invention from their stories. This did not discourage Garrett. He had faced challenges before, and he would not be stopped. When Garrett Morgan was 10 years old, he had to leave school. Garrett's parents needed him to earn money for the family. He grew up in Claysville, Kentucky. His parents had been formerly enslaved. Now his father worked on the railroad, and his mother took care of the family. Most of the African Americans in Claysville worked on farms or on the railroad. But young Garrett envisioned a different type of future for himself. When he was 14 years old, he left his family to find a job in Cincinnati, Ohio. Shortly after arriving in Cincinnati, he worked in a large clothing factory. Garrett was fascinated by sewing machines and found new ways for making the machines run better. Over time, he would open his own business to sell and fix sewing machines. Garrett was always working on new inventions. There's records of African Americans creating inventions as early as the 17th century. The United States government wouldn't give them patents for their inventions. These American inventors never received credit or any compensation. By God's grace, Garrett was able to obtain patents for his inventions. He began selling his safety hoods, but many people wouldn't buy from Garrett because he was black. Garrett hired a white actor to demonstrate the safety hood to white customers. Now his safety hoods were sold all over the country. They would end up saving the lives of thousands of soldiers in World War I. Garrett didn't stop inventing after the safety hood was created. He invented the first traffic signal, and these were installed all over the country. He also invented a hair straightener, an electric hair curling comb, a hat fastener, and many other inventions. Garrett also published one of the first African American newspapers, the Cleveland Call. He also was an activist and humanitarian, giving speeches on civil rights and donating to others in need. With only an elementary school education, Garrett invented some of the most important inventions for people around the world. Garrett would always tell his grandchildren, if you want to do something, then be the best.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, I knew of Garrett Morris as far as the traffic light.
Traffic light. Same here.
I didn't know about the hair straightener and the comb or the hat clamps that keep your hat on your head when it's windy.
Yeah,
You know, I didn't know about that one. I think I heard about the gas.
The gas mask. Yeah, I think so too. That maybe that was just because of the military, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Perhaps,
But I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was amazing how he kind of outsmarted people by hiring a white male to play as him, essentially. So he, could sell his products, man.
Yeah, but you know what? It was the smartest thing he could have ever did. Game the system.
The original DEI, hiring the
white. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, you got to get it where you can get it, right?
That's right, man.
Oh, man.
That was a good one. We'll be back with more of our Black History Month. Our Black History celebration. We're not going to say month anymore. We're going to say
it's just celebration.
We're going to do another week of celebrating another inventor next week, little known inventor. And I don't have anything else left. So on that note,
we out of here.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Man Space.
Whichever platform you listen to us on, make sure you subscribe and don't miss a show.
Remember to keep up with all the Man Space updates on our website, themanspacepodcast.com.
And you can follow us on Instagram at manspacenat1.
Until next time, Man Space Nation, he's Les, I am Russ, and we are out
of here.
Where them fans at?